A community in rural Ontario is grieving after a deadly crash took the lives of 5 children on Friday. And tonight we are learning more about the victims involved in the accident. Police haven't released the names of the people in the crash, but CBC has spoken to a family member who wasn't involved in the incident. The 2-vehicle collision happened in Mapleton Township, that's northwest of Kitchener-Waterloo. It involved a van carrying 10 passengers and an SUV occupied by just the driver. 4 girls and 1 boy were killed, all part of the same family. 6 other people, including an infant, were injured. CBC's Kate Bickard joins us now with more on this. Kate, what do we know about this family that was involved in the crash?
So we know that the 10 people that were in the van together, they're all part of one family. So it was grandparents, parents, and children. As you mentioned, Ontario Provincial Police in Wellington County are not identifying the family, but we did speak to Nancy Dirksen, who confirmed that these are her family members. It was 4 of her sisters and her young brother who died. Now, Nancy shared a photo from her wedding day with her whole family. She and her husband, Henry, are in the middle, and she added arrows for her siblings who have died. Now, Nancy declined to be interviewed, saying that they will send a family statement later when they are ready. But she did also put a post on an online fundraising website where she said her family is living through a tragedy no one should ever have to face. Now, her mother remains in hospital with a number of injuries. Her 15-month-old brother is also still in hospital. She said her father is also recovering from injuries.
Kate, the community that this family is from is small, and people will know this family. How is the community grieving?
Well, people are still going out to the site. They are taking flowers, they're taking teddy bears and stuffed toys, leaving notes for the family just to let them know that they are thinking about them. One of those people was Joanne Marshall, who was there today. She stopped by. Joanne says that she drives by that area often. It's near her home. And also as a mother, she really feels this tragedy.
Can't imagine. One person is terrible, never mind a whole family almost. Yeah, just terrible, devastating, so sad. So we talked to her for a little bit, and then, we didn't know how bad it was till maybe 6 hours later.
There's also an online fundraiser, as I mentioned, and people are looking for ways to help in any way that they can. But as you mentioned, it's a small community, and people are also expressing a lot of gratitude, mostly for the people who stopped and also for the first responders, many of whom were volunteer firefighters.
Kate, this was a rural intersection, and we can see from the pictures, there's not really a lot around. There's farming. It seems to be wide open. And police have now launched a safety campaign around these kinds of intersections. What does it involve?
So the Stop, Look, Listen campaign was launched. It was launched today. It actually isn't because of this accident, but police said it's a terrible reminder of why this kind of safety is needed, that people need to stop at rural intersections. So they'll be stopping drivers who are taking part in maybe unsafe practices, those rolling stops at stop signs, reminding them not to do that sort of thing. And that campaign runs until Sunday.
Okay. CBC's Kate Bickard. Kate, thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, so for more on this, I'm joined by Sandy Shantz. She is the mayor of the Township of Woolwich, where some of the members of the family are from. Mayor, thanks so much for your time tonight. How are you holding up?
Pretty well. It was quite a shock to everyone to hear of the accident. It's so tragic.
Yeah, I think that's probably the reaction. Well, I know that's the reaction really right across the country when we hear about an accident like this. What can you tell me about the community that you're from, Woolwich? I know members of this family are in your community, and this is an area where there are many small communities outside of the Waterloo area. Is that right?
That's correct. There's rural areas and smaller towns and settlements as well. And then I always like to say a community is built of multiple communities. So there are many sort of smaller communities within us. And I would I would say that this particular family is part of a strong faith community that will be supporting them and surrounding them, I expect.
Yeah, I mean, in small communities, in small towns like yours, as the news trickles out, people will know a connection, or people will know this family directly. I mean, how are members in your community dealing with this?
Yeah, I think so far it's been just shock of hearing of it. I know that there is a GoFundMe page, and I'm sure some people in the community will be going that route to help them. And once more information is known and the family sort of makes known what they need and would like, I know this community to be very generous and very helpful and caring, and I know they will step up. They've got a long road ahead of them.
It's a lot of attention to be put on your area. We've heard statements from the Premier, from the Prime Minister. I mean, this is a tragedy that has really reached, I think, all corners of the country, really. What is that like for the township like Woolwich?
We're not quite used to being in such a spotlight, so it's a little bit different. But and you know, it certainly isn't a situation that we would choose to be in to highlight our community.
You know, we're looking at some pictures of the area where this happened, this intersection, these two rural roads, really, 4th Line and Wellington Road 12th. I don't know if you're familiar particularly with that intersection, but I imagine there are many intersections like that out in the area. How would you ever consider that to be dangerous if road rules, or maybe somehow if there's a mistake made? I mean, this seems to be a horrendous tragedy that has come from two vehicles colliding.
I mean, as the police do their investigation and more details emerge, I'm sure we'll find out more about it. And the intersection is not in Woolwich Township; it's in Mapleton, which is just north of us. But my understanding is that it's a flat, wide open intersection. So something went terribly wrong there. We are always concerned about traffic on our rural roads, people driving and ensuring, or trying to ensure, that they drive safely, mind the rules of the road, and so on. So that is a concern to find out what did go wrong, and if there are things that can be done to mitigate those kinds of accidents. We've had there have been a few in this general area over the years, and it's always so tragic.
I'm just wondering if they're watching, and if community members are watching who do know this family and who are dealing, with the grief that comes with all of this. What message do you have for them?
I just want them to know that the community supports them, and we are keeping them in our thoughts and in our prayers. There are very many faith communities here that will certainly be praying for them and concerned for them. And people who are not of a faith community also are concerned, and I know that people will help out and reach out.
Thank you, Sandy. That's Sandy Shantz, the mayor of the Township of Woolwich.